Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about something a little bit different, not really. So stay tuned. Thank you guys so far for subscribing and following my channel. It's been really good sharing a little bit of myself with everyone. It's not something I've always felt comfortable doing, so I'm happy to be sharing this with everyone, and I hope that you enjoy. And don't forget, hit the little bell icon and subscribe to my channel. Share my channel with anybody that could use a little bit of inspiration or just a little something. So stay tuned. I'm going to be talking about myself and my disability. So for those who know me and have met me before, I know the very first time you saw me, it was a bit of, do I stare? Oh my gosh, I wonder what's wrong with her hands. Oh my gosh, can I talk to her? How will she do this? How will she do that? Oh my gosh, I feel so sorry for her. Yeah, I know you guys, I know you think it. And that's fine. I mean, that's what you do when you see something that's out of place, right? Or something that's different. You wonder, your mind starts spiraling to say, how come? How did they do this? How they do that? It's natural. So bearing that same concept in mind as grown up and as adults, we tend to stare. I mean, if I see somebody that their arms look like mine or they're in a wheelchair, I will stare a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, that's a human thing to do. You're going about your day and you see something that looks different. You're gonna look, you're gonna wonder. But do you keep wondering, do you keep staring, do you make that person feel uncomfortable? No, because we're grown-ups. We cannot understand the whole it's impolite to stare bit. But for our kids, or little younger ones, they don't always get that concept. And if you know kids, they tend to be very honest. They are very candid. They say everything that comes to their little minds. So today, it's been on my mind to kind of share something in terms of what I see with parents, like in the supermarket. I'm going about my day and a little kid sees me and they're like, oh my gosh. Well, they don't say, oh my gosh, that's all me. But they're like, mommy, daddy, look, like, what's wrong with her hands? She doesn't have any arms. Come from Jamaica. One to her hand, mommy should not have no hand, daddy should not have no hand, I was wrong. Yeah, what do you do in situations like that? For me, I've grown to understand that this is my reality. So when I hear those little conversations, I smile a little bit to then see how are the parents going to react to now this question, because now they're prompted to look at me. They look at me and they're like, stop staring, why are you looking at her? Some of them, that is. Some of them will do that. And others might take the time to have the conversation right then and there to say, it's okay. That's probably how she was born. I don't know what happened to her arms, but she's fine, and it's not very nice to stare at her, but I can talk to you more about it later. But it's okay, she's fine and she's still a person, so let's not stare, let's not be rude. Kids understand reason, I can assure you. And what I can also assure you, they mirror our behaviors as adults, as grown-ups, they mirror our behavior. So if your response to them regarding me or anybody else with a disability, it's gonna show them how to react. It's gonna prompt them to see, okay, the next time I see somebody like this happened the last time. Mommy said not to look. Mommy said not to stare. Mommy kind of was very angry about it, so I better not look. I better not talk to that person. I just better play with everybody else who looks like me. Because we tend to do that. We stick to who we look like. So what I really wanted to do today is to direct this video at parents and anybody who have little ones around them, so little cousins, little nephews, whatever little people you have around you, just take the time to educate them about different people in the world. Just as how here in Canada, you have people wearing a hijab, you have the people wearing their head wrap, their turbans. Those are people that we are seeing among us, and not just them, also people in wheelchairs, people walking with a cane, people walking using a walker, older people. Different people are out there, like me, I am out there, and I just would like for us to get the youths started off on the right footing. And it starts with us understanding that it's okay to talk about the harder topics, and it's okay to talk to children about the harder topics as well. I'm no way saying you should scare your kids. And a lot of kids are afraid of me. It hurts to know that kids are afraid of me, because if you know me, I love playing with kids. Like, I love babies. I love playing with kids. I'm the silliest auntie you'd ever find. But I understand that when something is out of place in their little minds, they're scared of it. You're scared of what you don't know. And as a grown person, you're scared of the unknown much more than them. So my challenge today is for you to start having that conversation with your little ones about people with disability. Let them know that, yes, we may look different. Yes, we may do things differently, but we are still very much capable of being interacted with, of playing if they're kids. There's nothing different. It's okay to be a little bit different, but what is not okay is treating people badly because they are different. The climate that we're living in now, it's horrible. Dealing with racism, that in itself is horrid. So any little thing that we can start from in the home to build this kind of awareness around different people and different abilities will definitely go a far way. I can remember one example of myself being in the grocery store, and this little child saw me and tugged at her mom and said, "Mommy, what's wrong? She doesn't have any hands." And what I so appreciated about that mom was the fact that she took the time to say, "Yeah, and that's fine. You know, some people, they were born differently. They may not have hands, or they might be missing their legs, they might be in a wheelchair, but it's fine. She's okay. As you can see, she's in the supermarket, she's going about her day, so it's okay." What that does is to show the child how you are responding to me, and teach the child how to respond to others that look like me. So it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop in the supermarket. It doesn't stop. You just need to continue raising the awareness, so that when they do go out in the world, when they do start kindergarten and they see a person coming in the classroom with a wheelchair, a person using a prosthetic arm, you know, it's not outlandish to them, and they're able to be kind, be compassionate, and not treat that person differently, let alone bully that person for the fact that they're different. Whatever the situation is, we gotta address it from very early, so that, you know, for one, bullying, that is not okay. And it's so unfortunate that that's the way kids are reacting nowadays when they're in school and are in a class with people who are different. Whether the disability is visible or invisible, bullying is the response to it, as opposed to understanding and being caring and compassionate. So it starts in the home. So make sure that the seed that you're growing, that you're watering it with good fertilizer, and you're doing your part in terms of, yes, following up with schoolwork, but also about awareness of other things that are going on around us, of other types of individuals that are sharing the same space as us. The last thing I would want to see, which I've seen so many times, is bashing the child. Don't look. Why are you looking? Stop looking at her. Come on. No, don't do that. If you'd like, by all means, come up and say to me, hey, my son, my daughter was just looking to see, oh, you don't have any hands and you're just curious about what happened. If you approach me like that, I have no issues with taking the time to speak to you. Granted, kids, their attention span is very short and they'll ask you the questions 10 times again. But in you approaching me, if you feel so comfortable to do that, approaching me to say, hey, whatnot, gladly have a conversation. I will let them know that, you know, this is the way I was born, but it doesn't stop me from doing anything, and it's fine for me to be like this. Yes, I don't have any fingers, but we can still play. Pre-COVID, I would ask them if they'd like to hold my hand. Some say yes, some say no. Again, they're terrified. Being young and seeing a grown person without hands or missing anything, they're probably thinking, is that going to happen to me when I get older? So you want to let them know that that's not the case, and just be kind about it, be friendly about it, just be compassionate and be empathetic about talking to them, and just kind of molding their minds from very young. There's this book by a mom, a teacher, I think she's a teacher, and an author now, Completely Me. That book she mentioned is about her life as a person living with a disability. She made it into a children's book, which I think is fantastic, because our kids need to have literature like this out there. It's great to have the stories, but it's also great to have these books out there that can widen their understanding, make them become aware from a very early age about what's happening in the world. So my challenge to parents, everybody watching this video, share these things with your child. Allow them to have a wide understanding of differences, and that it's okay to be different, and it's okay to interact with somebody that is different from you, and it's okay to be kind, essentially. So thank you so much for watching. Share this video, subscribe to my channel, and put in the comments below any takeaways or any questions that you may have. I'm very happy to respond and answer them. So thanks again for watching. Have a good night.